Okay, there we are. Okay, very good. Hi, everybody. Good morning and welcome to the Forward Janesville Connect, which is our weekly webinar about the Highway 14 / Humes Road construction project. Wanted to go ahead and get started because the hour is upon us here. I'm Dan Cunningham, Vice President of Government Relations and Education at Forward Janesville. And I've been on vacation for the past few of these webinars, and it's good to be back today. So we got back from vacation on Sunday night, of course, and one of the first things we have to do after getting back from vacation is go to the grocery store, right? So I remember that I've got to take, an alternate route to get to Festival Foods, one of my favorite grocery stores. And as you pull up to Humes Road there, the one thing I noticed, and I've heard a few people talk about that this week, is the giant mountain of milled up asphalt that now sits outside Red Robin and the Farm and Fleet there. So that was an interesting feature, and I've heard a few people talk about that. So certainly progress is being made. So now that we're a few weeks into the project, I'm curious to hear from Lance and Mike Jacobs and others how things are going, what they're seeing in traffic patterns, how drivers are handling detours, basically whether people are getting into the groove at this point. We're also excited to hear from our friend Christine Rebout from the Janesville Convention and Visitors Bureau about wayfinding signage, right? So that people can continue to make their way to businesses along the Highway 14 corridor, 75 plus businesses. So just housekeeping items, if you're not speaking, please do mute yourself and ask questions in the chat function. So with that, I'll turn it over to Lance and Christine. Take it away.
Christine, I'll share my screen if you want to start out with the wayfinding signs this morning.
Absolutely. And again, we, as the Convention and Visitors Bureau, our mission is really to lead, support, and promote the tourism industry, creating economic impact and improving quality of life. And for us, that's about restaurants and retailers and what they bring to the community. And we know this construction project was going to be difficult for them because it just takes that extra minute to get there, and it might make someone think twice about making that stop. So we wanted to help make that easier for them. We know what this industry has been through with the pandemic. So we said we would help with coordinating all of the paperwork involved with the signage, and then we'll help fund that wayfinding signage. So Lance has been a great partner for us working through the maps, and I'll let him maybe share that map. And if you want to run the cursor through and talk about those locations, Lance, we can maybe go through those first.
Sure, you bet. You all can see my map now?
No.
No. Wow, technology. There we are. Hopefully that works. How about now?
We saw your map, but now we see your PowerPoint. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So using the cursor in the lower left here, that would be Milton Avenue, heading from downtown Janesville. So if you're heading from downtown Janesville and you're not sure how to get to some of your favorite stores, these signs will start to help you, point you in the right direction. And on those signs, it'll narrow it down to a few of the businesses in that area. So primarily we'd like majority of traffic to use Holiday Drive just because it is a 4-lane facility. And we do have our new temporary signals here that are working well. And to Dan's question about is traffic moving well? Well, I'm out there all day, every day. And I feel it is working very well. If anybody, as always, if you have any comments from your customers, please feel free to pass those along because there are adjustments we can make. But for now, I see all the parking lots are full and the traffic is surprisingly moving pretty good through those routes. So again, here at Lexington, if you're coming from downtown Janesville, your best route would be to hit Lexington because there's no stops now anymore. I got 2 stop signs right here at the construction. That's just to let some of my trucks get through that need to, and it also slows traffic down a little bit. But that'll get you to this whole area over here that has all of the Qdobas and the Topper's Pizza, Blaine's, Verizon. And then also you could continue on Holiday Drive and hit Taco Bell and McDonald's over here. So coming from the west, same thing. If you want to bypass all of the construction, like you said before, we'd like you to use that CD route on the interstate, which to me is like less than 2 minutes to come. If you're just bypassing, get to like Target, well, hit the CD road, not Deerfield Drive, hit the CD road, and it'll get you right back to Target in quick order. Again, if you're on Deerfield Drive, we'll have signage to point you in this direction as well. If you're coming from Milton up here, they'll have signage to direct you onto Moore Street, which in that case, you could use our back route here to get to all those businesses. And again, if you're coming from Deerfield Drive, same thing, there'll be signage to point you in the direction of our new Ryan Road, which will get you to here as well. And again, if you're coming from Madison and want to get to, say, the Deerfield Drive facility, all these businesses here, again, I would recommend using that CD route. You'll find it takes like under a minute to make that move, and then you're over here. And it seems to be working well. And the city currently is about to add some signage on Deerfield Drive to tell the trucks that are just passing through not to do it, because they're supposed to use the interstate as well. So as time goes on, they'll get that, and things will get better every day as we go. So with that, Christine, anything else to add on signage?
Yeah, just the other note I might make is that when we work with individual businesses, it doesn't mean that every business gets an individual sign. We know that sign clutter and sign fatigue are very real things. When you get to those access points, we'll have multiple businesses on signs. And our goal, again, is to be as efficient with that signage as possible. There's also a cost to all of the signs and logistics and getting them set up. But our goal is to really make it easy for people to visit. I would also add our website at janesvillecvb.com has a page dedicated to the 14 construction, and that will have information on specials. We'll do some gas card giveaways in the parking lots of these businesses, just some other reasons to make that stop. I also have to add, this project makes me very hungry because every day Lance and I talk about things like Red Robin and Chick-fil-A and Hacienda Real, and I'm getting pretty hungry by now.
If we're talking businesses, I'll just add a note in that with this construction, we have some water main work to do, and that is scheduled to take place on Monday night and Tuesday night. So all your favorite businesses on the north side of the construction here. So this little bank, so that would include Qdoba and Papa Murphy's. We're going to shut that water main down next Monday night at 8 p.m. All the businesses are aware. So some of your businesses that have food will probably have to close at 7 so they can clean up before I shut the water main. But we'll have that back open by 7 a.m. the next morning. And then on Tuesday night, we'll do this side of the road, the south side, which will include, say, the substation there and Hardee's. Again, we'll have to close around 7, but we'll be back open by 7 a.m. in the morning for some water main work we need to do. Just wanted to throw that note in.
Okay, thank you, Lance, and got a question from the audience here that I wanted to share with you. And it's really a question maybe for the future, but did want to bring it up. They have a question about, will the construction extend on 14 all the way down to the Wright Road intersection eventually? Because there's this person has concerns about the safety of that intersection, maybe taking left turns off of 14 onto Wright Road. Will the construction extend down to Wright Road at some point?
Yeah, not a part of this project. And I'm not clear if the city has that in the works at this point. I've heard similar concerns of people wondering, but ours will stop just past the TA gas station intersection for this particular construction year.
Okay, very well, very well. I would encourage anyone else with questions to please share them now in the chat function, but I see Lance has moved on to some other exciting visuals about what's going on with the milling up of the asphalt there. So please, Lance, go ahead.
Yeah, I seen you were, when you got back to town, that was interesting to you. So I thought it would be good to take a good visual on just what that is. So like I say, the technology today is pretty awesome in that we can take all of that old investment we had over the years and recreate it into the new investment. So what you see that backhoe sitting on is the old road, and he puts it into the crushing machine, and it makes it into a actually perfect product that we have to test. And we test that, and then the contractor is able to reuse it into the new roadway. Thought I'd show a couple of visuals that you might not be able to see from your car, but that is currently, you can see we're right there. We're west of Lexington, where all the old pavement is removed and where it's being reused. So right there at Lexington, and our final, that whole pile is all reproduced, brand new material. And I think last week Angela brought up that another huge benefit of that pile being there is that all the trucks that would have been required to be on the highways and in through our local streets now won't have to do that. It's all on site. So we not only get the benefit of reusing that product, we keep all those other trucks off the road as well.
Right.
Fascinating. And I'm a road construction geek, so I love this sort of stuff. It brings me to a question as we see the overview there. Snow has happened this week and continues to be in the forecast. Are you guys getting any weather delays at this point?
I wouldn't call them delays at this point. We were in the spot to be ahead of the game. It's definitely not helping us, but luckily the contractor had the foresight not to remove. You see where that red truck's sitting down here. Typically, we would have taken all of that out too and been down to a topsoil kind of product. And had that snow been on that, we'd have had a real problem. But they had the foresight to not remove all that stone because they saw the forecast coming this way. So at this point, I don't believe it's impacted us in a negative way.
That's smart. It would seem we would be used to it by now. Everybody says, oh, March is going to be great, and it snows every time. So, you'd think we'd be used to it. So good for them for being prepared on that. Any questions from the audience at this point?
I think we're good, Dan. I haven't seen any, so I think you're good.
All right. So thank you to you all for all of the work that you're doing this in a safe and efficient manner is what we've come to expect, frankly, from our partners in road construction. And we appreciate what you've done and the progress you've made. There may be an announcement coming pretty soon about this particular webinar. We may, we'll talk to our partners, and we may be doing this on an every other week basis going forward, just as events warrant and things continue to move along with the project. So we'll let you know for sure. But in the meantime, unless there are any other questions, we'll turn back these last couple of minutes. You'll get 3 minutes back on your calendar, and then we'll go from there. So thanks, everybody.
All right, thanks,
Thank you
Dan.
all. Thank you all. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.
Thanks. Bye.